Sorry about that. Lost the feed there for a second, but Joe was just about to give us his week 1 overreactions. Joe, who is it?
I think I don't even know if people are reacting to it, but if they are, they shouldn't be. I'm not worried about the Packers offense whatsoever.
You're not worried about Aaron Jones?
No.
5 carries game 1?
I am worried that I have to play him this week against the Lions, but I'm not worried. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, weird offseason, no preseason. Like, it's a little, kind of feels like a rust game.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to eat.
No, I mean, I sent it as a joke, but I mean, you saw even Brady and the Bucs lost 38-3 to the Saints last year, so I wouldn't overreact over one game either. I do think if they stumble in any way against Detroit, then maybe some red flags go up. Let me ask you, on the other side of that game, Jameis obviously looked incredibly efficient, 150 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. Marquez Callaway wasn't really involved. How do you feel about Jameis, and how do you feel about Callaway?
Jameis, I mean, I want him to be good. I mean, if the Saints have taught him to cut down on turnovers, he could legit be good. The guy's got an insane arm talent.
100%.
Marquez Callaway, I'm not worried yet. I'm not pressing the panic button.
Okay.
Saw Jair Alexander in 80% of his snaps. I mean, he does that to Kelvin Ridley or, I don't know about Tyreek, but I mean, I went into week 1 knowing he probably wouldn't fire.
Sure.
So I now expect him to fire.
Yeah.
And Juwan Johnson catching 2 touchdowns. I played 20 snaps.
No, it's unreal.
So, I'm happy I got away with a win without Callaway fucking me, but I'm not giving up yet on him.
I have 2 week 1 overreactions that I think are absolute overreactions on the other side. So I think that these guys both scored 2 touchdowns, and I don't think either of them should be fantasy starters. And they're both on Doug's team.
Classic. Fucking classic.
Josh Jacobs and Rob Gronkowski.
Classic.
I reached out to Tusk after the Gronkowski explosion because I was hopeful that Tusk would think, okay, now I can start Rob Gronkowski. I'm so starved for a tight end.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Tyler Higbee. All right, Tusk.
He'll want Gronk.
I start a trade talk with Tusk, and he decides that he'd rather have Higbee, which I 100% agree with, by the way. And then he went and shopped Gronk, and of fucking course, I'm like, no one in this league is going to want Gronk.
No.
Doug wants Gronk.
Of course Doug wants Gronk.
I know! So my overreaction is that Josh Jacobs or Gronk are startable, because I don't think either of them are.
If Doug's team makes the playoffs again and does damage to people,
what will you eat live on this podcast?
I mean, it's something crazy. The guy's team sucks every year, and he always makes the playoffs, and last year he beat me with a shit team.
I gave him the best wide receiver in the league. You got to remember that.
I know. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's what he does to you,
Okay. We have a couple
He's
more
so
overreactions.
disarming. He's so disarming.
He is. And Tusk got it.
Okay.
Tusk got disarmed.
So we gave you guys each a couple of overreactions. Now we're going to give you extreme performances from week 1 that we think may not be overreactions. So they might actually be indicative of a bigger problem.
Brandon Ayuk. I mean, kind of concerning. Yeah, hamstring issues. Something weird's going on in San Fran. Trey Sermon being inactive as a healthy, I'd be pressing the panic button on him. Ayuk, you got to press the panic button. That's a run-first offense with Kittle and now Debo there. How much volume can you get?
Right. Agreed.
Those guys concern me. Najee Harris, I'm not pressing the panic button.
No. Do you think that's an overreaction?
He played I don't know if it was every touch or he played literally every snap.
Yeah.
Something will.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he's a volume. He's not. I don't think he's crazy talented.
Yeah.
But the volume's there, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Nice. I don't know. I didn't do this on purpose either, but this is also Doug's team, I think. My other that is not an overreaction, that's legit, is I think Austin Eckler is going to be retarded good this year.
Oh, I do too.
They gave him 3 carries inside the 5
until he gets hurt.
Right,
and then
Larry,
you're going to have Larry Roundtree.
Yeah.
But
thank you for mentioning
Austin Eckler is going to
he's going to eat.
Year. Yeah,
they're giving him goal line carries,
and their line is good,
really good.
Their line is amazing. Justin Herbert is going to have a good year. Is that who he plays for?
I'm starting him against you this week. I got no tight ends, man.
Jared Cook is definitely going to score at least 1 touchdown this week after that.
Irv
after
Smith.
what just happened.
Irv Smith. I hope he channels his Irv Smith.
Vinny scored with Logan Thomas against me last week.
Logan Thomas is legit.
Oh, Logan Thomas sucks.
All right.
But if he scores tonight, I didn't mean that.
That's funny. What about tonight? What about Taylor Heineke? Does he impact Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas?
Yeah,
Antonio
he's got
Gibson?
to. I don't think it impacts Antonio Gibson, who I'm currently trying to trade for, but Lee will not fucking budge. So I hope he gets hurt tonight. I think Heineke isn't good for the wide receivers. He's kind of like a running quarterback.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Athletic.
So I don't think that helps McLaurin, but could McLaurin go off? Sure.
Yeah, kind of looks like a baseball player.
Yeah, he does. That's a good observation.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So.
Anything else you want to touch on from maybe guys that you're worried about or guys that you think really balled out in week one that you weren't expecting and now you're a little bit more excited about? I'll throw another one out there while you think about it. I was always a little high on him. I know they played well and better than people thought. I think Brandon Cooks with Tyrod Taylor is an all-day wide receiver 3 with upside.
Yeah, I shat on Brandon Cooks for a number of years. I am now a Brandon Cooks fan.
Yeah.
The guy produces, period.
Yeah.
It ain't sexy, but it's there. No, I agree with that.
I appreciate you eating crow on that. I will say, too, because I'm not a huge fan, Swift looked pretty good for the Lions.
He looked pretty good. Even though we didn't see any of it. But he looked amazing.
Well, in the box score.
The box score looked amazing.
We were at the game. We just didn't catch a whole lot of it. How do you feel about Swift after that game? They were down, obviously.
Yeah, the reason
Jamal Williams got used a lot.
But. Yeah. I think Swift is probably the second or first target. It's him and Hawkinson.
Yeah.
That's what I'm basing it off of. His receiving provides a nice floor, in my opinion. And some weeks he'll get in the end zone, some weeks he won't. I like Swift just as a talent.
Yeah.
I bought his jersey.
Yeah. You and I have always gone back and forth on Swift, because I don't like him. I can't buy into a Lions running back. Where do you think Swift finishes this year, running back wise? As a as a running back 2, as a running back 1, where do you think he finishes? You can even give a spot. Top 10, top 20. What do you think?
Say number 12.
No fucking way. I think there's no way. I'll tell you what. How about DeAndre Swift versus David Montgomery fantasy points this year?
All right, deal.
All right. What do we do? Wait, how much?
$50.
$50. All right. That's a deal. Put it on the fucking board.
Put it on the board.
I know. That's what we Matthew Berry and Field Yates now. Which
Yeah.
one are you?
I kind of feel like I look a little like Field Yates.
Yeah, I give you that. I kind of look like Stephania Bell. I'll fuck it out of here. All right. I think that was good. Anybody else? I know you had a list of a few guys.
No, not really.
I think that's it. Well, we should talk about the last one.
Zeke?
We should.
Well, yeah. I'm in trade talks also with Zeke.
Guy doesn't want to talk about anybody because he's trying to acquire him.
You're trying
to buy low.
I'm trying to buy at value, yeah.
Okay. Well, right, but
I don't think his first game is reflect. I'm not trying to pay after his. I'm paying a lot. But
right.
I think Zeke.
They were in a shootout.
Dead. Yeah, I don't think Zeke's dead and washed.
Right.
I guess is what I'm saying. Pollard's usage is a little bit I'm not. Zeke's not a top 5 running back, and no one should think he is.
But he was drafted as one this entire year.
I guess I think he's in the running back 5 through 12.
Okay. When's the last time we saw Zeke perform like a top 10 running back?
Yeah,
right?
2-3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe the beginning of last year. I don't know, in those really good Dak games early last year. I know it was a shootout with the Bucs, so they threw the ball a lot. But he was the passing downs back for a long time.
That did help. I agree. I don't think Zeke ever gets back to top 3 player in the league.
Right.
But I still think he's good. Yeah,
right,
I think he's a back end RB1.
Right. No, I think that's fair. I think he's one of the ones whose performance is legitimately concerning, not just because of week 1, but because it stems back to last year. And there's a difference in the way he's used now, which is concerning.
That's true. Would you rather have Mixon or Zeke?
I'd Mixon all day.
I think so too.
I took Mixon over Zeke in a draft preseason. That was before week 1.
Mixon's going to eat this year, assuming he's healthy.
I'd take Eckler over Zeke too. especially PPR.
I think I might. PPR.
PPR without a doubt.
100. I'd take Eckler top 5 in PPR.
But if you look at ADP in standard leagues, I mean, Zeke was going.
He was going.
He goes before Aaron Jones. He goes before Eckler. He goes
that's
before Mixon.
crazy.
Goes before Jonathan Taylor. I might take Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not buying at those prices, but
yeah,
all
interesting. Right. Trade talks. There have been a lot of trades this year since the last pods that no one's talked about.
Yeah.
You want to go through them and just kind of see if we want to talk about them? I got them screenshotted real quick.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be anything too long. We're going to keep this a shorter pod. The first one, I mean, this one won you week 1. You got Jalen Hurts and 2024 first for Denzel Mims. I don't know if he's on a roster right now. 2023 first, a 2024 second, and a 2025
So Lee moved
second.
up. He got a second in Mims, who's kind of a throwaway.
He didn't really. Did he move up? He moved back a year.
You're right. He moved up.
You got the 2024.
Yeah, I got the 2024.
So he moved up a year with your pick, and then he got 2 seconds.
Kind of felt like Lee wanted to open up a roster spot and didn't want to carry 2 QBs.
Did he drop Mims already?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So he essentially did it for the picks.
Yeah, the picks.
And he doesn't need Jalen Hurts. He has Kyler Murray.
Right. During the draft, I think you were still there. We had a deal in place where I was basically going to trade for Hurts for a second.
Right.
Just to allow Lee to open up a draft slot so he could add another guy. I kind of feel like that was still the case. Like,
yeah.
He wanted to rather take a position player type thing, and he's never going to start Hurts.
Right. I mean, no one's killing Lee for the trade outside of the fact that he gave you a QB when you didn't have one.
Right.
Next trade, got to talk about it. I know we hate to see it, but it was Dobbins and a first for Barkley.
Hate to see it.
I mean, Vinny's team is legit.
Next trade, hate to see it.
Let's take a second. There's something going on.
It's weird as shit.
It's fucking weird. The poor guy is cursed.
I know. It's really weird.
He's my podcast arch enemy, right?
Yeah, but I feel
for him.
I
wouldn't wish this on anyone.
No, like, it's crazy.
I know.
Like, I feel bad, like...
Of course. We love Vinny.
Yeah, like...
Vinny's a founding member of the league.
I think Dobbins was gonna crush this year, too.
I know.
But, like, I didn't need him.
Tyson Williams is.
Yeah, now Tyson Williams is gonna crush for, like, 30% of the snaps. But, like, Dobbins was gonna eat. I wanted the upside with Barkley. I wasn't gonna start Dobbins, but, like, it's just shitty. Judy, I mean...
I know.
ETN,
Judy, fuck.
I mean, Judy's kind of relevant. He's a wide receiver 2 or 3.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a starting lineup injury. If you look at Vinny's team, it is all guys like 24 and under. It just he just needs them to start popping.
Yeah,
just start hitting on them.
A guy to hit here or there.
All right, we all know that trade was won by you. This one was interesting. You acquired Calvin Ridley for Jamar Chase and 2 firsts.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like
I paid.
Yeah, I feel like I paid a premium, obviously, especially because Chase caught a touchdown. Right. I think Chase legit could be a top 10, top 5 wide receiver every single year. He's the best prospect since Amari Cooper, best athletic profile since Kelvin, honestly. Like, he's going to hit. For me, it was like, I need a guy that's going to get 150 targets this year, right now. Jamar Chase is going to get 150 targets 2 years from now.
Right.
I need that guy right now. This is how my team's built. I'm going to pay the premium. And there's only so many top 5 wide receivers that people are willing to trade. Jeff was willing to move on. I had to pay the price.
Absolutely. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Any concern about how Ridley and, more importantly, the Falcons' offense looked in Week 1?
No. I mean, Falcons' offense maybe a little bit, but 50% of the air yards going to Calvin Ridley. Like,
right.
Matt Ryan's a good quarterback.
Right.
I'm not concerned.
Okay.
Like, if he had, they weren't targeting him or if he didn't have the air yards, I'd be concerned. I'm comfortable.
Beautiful. Before we crown him for what he did to Sawkin behind the dumpster, let's talk about the fact that Lee paid a first-round pick, next year first-round pick, too.
Yeah, right.
For Bryan Edwards and a second.
I like Bryan Edwards. I do. But I just don't know if I could pay a first for any wide receiver 2 or 3 because we play in a standard league.
Organic honey cinnamon animal crackers.
Very good.
365 Whole Foods. Joe. First of all,
didn't need to pay it.
No, hold on. Because I agree with you. I agree that you shouldn't pay a first-round pick for any wide receiver 2 or 3. Bryan Edwards is a wide receiver 4 or 5, Joe. He is. He is not a startable wide receiver.
I think he might develop into a startable wide receiver. But, like, the fact that you have to say that is why you don't pay a first, right? I mean, I get it.
Right.
From Lee's perspective, he was looking at next year. I don't know what pick he gave up, but his team's strong. He's probably going to make the playoffs. It'll be a back-end pick. Does he want Brian Edwards or a guy at the back end of the draft next year? Assuming he makes it to the back end of the draft.
Back end of the draft, for sure.
Okay. And Lee thought different, I guess.
What the fuck do I know?
Well, I don't get why he traded for Waller and Brian Edwards. Like, they are on the same goddamn team. Maybe it's a hedge, but...
Maybe he loves Derek Carr.
He has to.
Right.
He must love Derek Carr. All right. We figured it out.
Lee loves Derek Carr.
Lee loves Derek Carr.
Okay.
Period.
Now to the trade that everybody praises Lee for, and rightfully so. He gave up Devonta Smith, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick for Darren Waller.
Darren Waller is worth 3 firsts, easy. Devonta Smith, a back half wide receiver, first-rounder, and another first-rounder.
It's a great trade.
Great trade.
Yeah.
No-brainer, like smash except for Lee.
Yeah. I think, and like, listen, John, say what you want about John. John loves his guys. He'll make trades. He's not afraid, right? Like that's what we praise people for. So we can't shit on John completely.
John wanted Devonta Smith. He got it.
Right. I think our biggest gripe with John, and John already knows this, is that if he tells the chat that Darren Waller's on the block, he gets a lot more for him.
Yeah.
But John's argument is that he didn't want a lot more. He wanted Devonta Smith. If I knew that pre-draft, I wouldn't have traded the 6th pick. I would have taken Devonta Smith and then mortgaged my fucking family's life for a first-round pick to trade for Darren Waller.
I would have taken Devonta Smith at number 3 and then traded for Waller.
100%.
And I have Kelsey. I just want Waller.
There are few commodities in our league as valuable as an affordable, consistent, top-end tight end.
No, I agree.
Waller's still on a C contract.
And he's like 28.
He can extend him for 4 years and have a $30 stud.
I know.
God, it was a great trade for Lee. It's the kind of trade that I never get offered, you know? It just never happens for me. I think it made Lee so much better.
It rounded out Lee's roster like nothing else could. And what do you give up? Devonta Smith? John, I get Devonta Smith might be good, but we are not playing in a PPR league. And Jalen Hurts is not a high-volume quarterback.
And a 2024 first and a 2025 second. John will probably be living in fucking Asia by then, selling home coats on the fucking black market. God damn it, John.
All right, well, let's move on to the next one. Is there any next one?
Last
the Gronk trade. Ew.
Tusk trades Gronk. I don't even know what else. They like swap picks, and
I told Tusk,
Gerald Everett was involved.
You got to be realistic about your team and Doug's team. Doug's team sucks. It's going to miss the playoffs.
True.
That you just traded a top 4 pick for like it was almost like Doug should have been giving up the pick to get Gronk, and then like Tusk gave it away, and then got Gerald Everett.
Right. I think Tusk's mistake was overvaluing Doug.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to Tusk about it just to try to like, hey, you got to look at the roster, look at the current standings, the projections. Like, Doug had one good week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it was.
He only beat Alex. Alex sucks.
Yeah, that's true. The guy started Ronald Jones in the flesh, got negative points. Well, let's talk about that.
We told him not to.
I mean, but now he's going to start. He's got to start him, right?
Should have started Kenneth Gainwell in the flex.
He should have.
Has anyone ever gotten negative points from a flex?
I mean, I don't think so.
We only put the flex in last year, so probably not.
No, only player to ever get negative points, Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones. Alex wears the crown. Tough loss.
McKinnon might have. I don't know.
That's true. That's all we have for trades. The only thing left, Joe, is a segment that I know the league looks forward to, as I do every week, which is just your gambling corner.
Oh.
And before we talk about any picks that you like this week, and I have some, I've been doing some parlays. But first and foremost, I've heard there's a bit of a predicament that you're in that's quite interesting.
I fucked up, boys. So I follow Reddit, and these guys post like when there's middles. So like John Bostic, number of tackles. Some guy was like, it's DraftKings has over 4.5, but Caesars or Barstool has under 7.5. So without thinking, I just smashed both those, $500 each. When the bets hit, I'm like, oh, fuck. The Barstool one was tackles plus assists, and the DraftKings was only tackles. This guy deletes his post. Like, he realized it, deletes it. So now I am on the hook for a 500. So I've hedged out the tackles plus assists. Okay. I am on the hook for a John Bostic over 4.5 tackles tonight for the Redskins.
I don't even know who he is.
I'm assuming he's a linebacker. Neither do I.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, that's a predicament I am in tonight.
That's fantastic.
Go John Bostic. Get those 5 tackles, my man.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got a $500 bet on John Bostic.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, and I can't hedge it because DraftKings is the only site that offers tackles only. So I am fucked. But actually, I'm going to make $500.
You might make $500.
I might make $500.
I'm going to be rooting for Bostic now. Yeah. I didn't know that story either. That was the first time I heard it. That's great.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Any other bets tonight?
Tonight, yes, I got a couple. I got I bet on the odds and the lines. So like I don't really feel great about Sterling Shepard under 4.5 receptions, but I'm getting paid. So I got that. I got Daniel Jones over 33.5 attempts.
I mean, you would think if they're losing, that could happen.
I think so. That's pretty much it, though. I got a crazy parlay.
Tell us it.
I don't know. Oh, here it is. It is Sterling Shepard touchdown.
Okay.
Taylor Heineke under 250 yards passing.
Okay.
I think those things are possible.
Yep.
Antonio Gibson, 75-plus rushing yards.
Okay.
Logan Thomas to get 25 or more receiving yards.
Okay.
It pays like 10 to 1-ish.
Yeah. It seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard scoring 2 games in a row might be the toughest thing.
Yeah, probably.
Nice. Anything for the weekend you want to highlight?
Let's see here.
I can go if you want while you look. You got it?
I got random shit.
Right.
I got Zeke over 55.5 rushing yards. Brandon Cooks over 4.5 receptions. Zach Pascal over 3.5 receptions. And Christian McCaffrey over 41.5 receiving yards. Yeah.
Pretty good. Those are just your props. That's it.
Those are my
props.
No
game bets. That's it. You're just doing the props this weekend.
Just props right now.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I might add some game bet. College.
Yeah.
San Diego State money line. 2.8 to 1. Vanderbilt 4 to 1. It's just some crazy shit.
Yeah, some crazy shit. All right, I like it. I sent it in one of the chats earlier. I don't think it was the fantasy one though. So, 12 underdogs covered the spread in the NFL last week. So. I think there's a regression to that. I think the favorites dominate this week. I really like the Steelers and the Seahawks, both minus 5.5. But my bet of the week is a 3-team parlay with both of their money lines. You don't have to worry about the spread. So Seahawks minus 250, Steelers minus 260, Browns against Houston minus 700. You parlay all of those. I got 200 on it to take home for almost 450. It's a pretty solid return on investment for 3 pretty heavy favorites, all at home. That's my bet of the week.
Who's Pittsburgh play?
That's the tricky one. They play the Raiders.
Raiders, okay.
But it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in Pitt.
And they're given 5.5.
Right. I don't think the Raiders are as good as they. I mean, beating Baltimore was a weird game. I'm not a Raiders believer yet.
Yeah, agreed.
Lee probably put all his money on the Raiders.
That's
this
true.
week,
He's probably got Brian Edwards 1,000 yards this season.
Yeah.
Prop. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got for betting purposes.
Big matchups this week. Other than not just you and I.
No, some big
pretty
ones.
good teams playing each other. How you feeling about our matchup?
I'm legit nervous about Aaron Jones against Detroit.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Doug,
I feel good otherwise.
Doug and Lee, 1 and 2.
Oh, that's
1 and
so
2.
Gross.
Playing each other. That makes me happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, Doug should lose. I need Doug to lose so he trades me Tyreek Hill. I mean, the guy's not going to make the playoffs. Come on.
He's not going to trade you Tyreek Hill.
I mean, he will once he's like 1 and 7.
He's starting Rob Gronkowski. his latest acquisition. Is there a chance Gronk is good?
Oh, yeah, there is.
I know.
I totally overlooked him.
I know.
Don't replay that video.
Yeah, can we edit this? He was on my biggest overreaction earlier. Fuck. What if he's good? He can't be good.
I mean, he might be good.
He didn't look that good, though.
He didn't look. He just caught touchdowns, but
yeah, didn't look like they were.
They didn't look like
good
touchdowns.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
nothing Jared Cook
that
can't
one
do this
Brady. Yeah,
against
for sure.
Dallas.
That one Brady just threw like into the line basically, and Gronk caught it and backed up.
Right, that's true. Yeah, that almost actually went to Godwin. He was like standing there.
Yeah, it was probably intended for Godwin.
It probably was. I should get those points.
Yeah, there you go. Gronk's a bust. But just kidding.
So they play each other. That's a good matchup. Kyler Murray balled the fuck out.
I mean, Vinny put up 94 points, respectable.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean,
Gaineswell versus Scaries, another roll fest.
Yeah.
Salkin versus Jeff is kind of like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it really could,
yeah.
John's 1-0, Jeff's 0-1. It really could put a mark on, like, Jeff loses, he's playing for next year, John's playing for this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, John, I didn't go on a tirade in the main chat, but I mean, John won on a 1-yard touchdown to Robert Woods at the end of the game.
That's a point, right?
That one hurt. But we both had rough luck this week. I mean, I had literally 5 turnovers, like I said, with fumble, and John lost most of it. I mean, if John doesn't lose most of it, he probably eats in that game. So
that's true.
John gets 2 touchdowns from Cooper and Thielen. Sorry. What?
I mean, fucking Thielen's touchdown rate's absurd.
That's absurd.
It is absurd.
I hate playing against John. He always shits on my chest. Think we'll ever hear from the Pod Boys again?
Probably not. I got one more bet.
Okay.
And depending on when we send this out, people can still get in on it.
Yeah, we're going to send it. As soon as it uploads, we'll send it.
Over 3.5 field goals is boosted on Barstool.
Okay.
Plus 130.
Oh, I did. I read about that.
I did that.
That's 4 field goals. That's a lot.
No, but the odds are only 50-50.
Right, they're giving you the boost.
I'm getting a 30% boost.
Okay. Remember, Jeff Bordick, 5 tackles tonight and 4 field goals total in the game. Whatever the fuck his name is.
We really would just want John Bostic to do well. 5 just full tackles. Like Saquon Barkley goes up the middle and just lets John Bostic tackle him.
Johnny Bosco sticks 5 tackles and 4 field goals total in the game.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else?
No. Beautiful. That's all I want this weekend.
All right, team. Everybody, good luck this week. Enjoy week 2, and maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe we'll see you in a couple weeks. We probably won't talk for a while after our matchup, so probably 2 weeks from now.
That's true.
People's Commission. Peace out.